Before we start our presentation, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Olivia and my partner
Audrey,
and we are from Tarakanita Gadis Serpong Senior High School. And today we're going to talk about the influence of globalization on TikTok, social media, on Jaksel language. The introduction. Language change is influenced by globalization. Evolution is also a form of continuous change from low, simple, poor conditions to more complex or better conditions. The influence of modernization through the internet and social media such as TikTok, which makes the younger generation increasingly forget the Indonesian vocabulary.
The purpose of the research focuses on finding the effect of social change on people who use Jaksel language itself. In addition, finding the impact of globalization and modernization on Jaksel language. And about the research methodology that we use is quantitative descriptive, with the sample teenagers aged 13 to 19 years old living or studying in the South Jakarta. And about the data collection and processing techniques, we use questionnaire and descriptive analysis, which is an overview of the characteristic of variable. And about the result and analysis, according to 90.4% of respondents, the language of Jaksel has bad impact, that is forgetting Indonesian vocabulary and lack of confidence to speak Indonesian language. It's happened because teenagers too much using the English vocabulary and sooner or later they forgot about Indonesian vocabulary.
According to 81.6% of respondents, the influence of globalization and changing Jaksel language was very big. This is because English is the unifying language in a global world.
According to 95% of respondents agree that the use of the Jaksel language makes speech increasingly devoid of national characteristics. It happened because there is too much influence from other nations, in the end make a sense of belonging in Indonesian language disappear. According to 55.8% of respondents, if teenagers don't use Jaksel language, teenagers think it's not cool or it's not up to date, because teenagers are easily influenced by their surroundings. In this case, teenagers follow to be accepted in their social environment.
According to 91.3% of respondents, modernization in social interactions has made the Jaksel language more widely used. This happened because something that is used repeatedly can become a habit supported by research by Lynn Hasher, David Goldstein, and Thomas Topino in 1977. This phenomenon is called the illusory truth effect. So, from the result and analysis, we've come to a conclusion that too much using Jaksel language could make three effects. The first one, if teenagers don't use the Jaksel language, teenagers thinks it's not cool or out of date. The second one, Jaksel language had bad effect, that is forgetting Indonesian vocabulary and lack of confidence to speak the right bahasa Indonesia. The way teenagers speak increasingly lacks the national characteristic, it is bahasa Indonesia. The impact of globalization in the change of Jaksel language is very big, and also modernization impacts the Jaksel language. And for our future work, we would love to visit schools from different regions in Indonesia to research. Do they use Jaksel language or not?
And this is the references that we use. Is it our duty to younger generation to preserve our pride language Indonesian?
Progress is not an accident, it's a necessity. It's a part from nature. And it is a quote from